Hi guys, how are you doing? So as you may remember, about a couple of months ago, back in August, I made a video called Theatre World Chat August 2012, and my plan was to make regular videos like that every single month about different things that have been happening in the world of theatre over the course of that month. However, last month, as you may have noticed, I didn't upload one. That's due to a mixture of laziness and busyness, so I apologise for that. But now I'm back with Theatre World Chat October 2012, and the first thing I'm going to talk about is a giveaway that I did about a month ago. Quite a lot of you guys entered that giveaway, so thank you for entering. The winner's going to be chosen now. I wanted to do it on camera so that people could see that, it's completely authentic. Basically, the names of everyone who entered the giveaway is in this hat on a piece of paper. About 15 people entered, which is quite a lot. I wasn't expecting that many, to be honest. So again, thank you for entering. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick someone by random from this hat. I'm going to close my eyes, so it's going to be very, very fair. As fair as I can be. So here we go. Right, I've got mine. It's here. Let's have a look. The winner is How Bright We Shine Dude. That's Harry. So congratulations, Harry. Thank you for entering, and I'll be sending you the posters very, very soon. I'll message you and you can give me your address and I can send them to you whenever. So yeah, again, thanks to everyone else who entered, and hopefully I'll be doing more things like this in the future, hopefully with better prizes and stuff. And yeah. So a big Wicked cast change happened this past weekend, which was quite emotional for me, to be honest. A lot of people left the cast. Some of them had been in the show since early 2010. I went to Rachel Tucker's final show, which was Saturday 27th October in the evening. It was my first time seeing Rachel in a very, very long time, so it was interesting to see her after so long, because usually, as I've said before, I'm a Nikki fan, so I used to go whenever Nikki Davis-Jones was on as Elphaba. So in a way, it was nice to see Rachel again for one last time after a very, very long time. But at the same time, it was very, very weird, because I didn't feel any particularly sad emotions during the show on the 27th. I don't know why. I think it's just because I hadn't seen Rachel, and over the past 3 years that she's been in the show, I've only probably seen Rachel about 6 or 7 times, and I've seen Nikki over 50 times, which is crazy, I know. But the fact that I hadn't really seen Rachel that much just meant I didn't really have any connection to her Elphaba, so I didn't feel sad at all really doing the show, which is really weird. I've experienced quite a few cast changes at Wicked before. This was my 4th cast change, and at all the previous ones I'd felt sad, at least a little bit sad, or I'd cried a little bit during the show, and on Saturday I didn't cry at all, and I don't know why. It's not because I don't like Rachel's Elphaba, or that I don't, I wanted her to leave or anything. No, I think she's brilliant. It was just because I hadn't seen her much, and so I just didn't really care that much, I guess, for her Elphaba. Having said that, she was absolutely amazing, and her No Good Deed especially was phenomenal, just breathtaking, and so was her Defying Gravity, which was just amazing. Everybody in the audience was just like, oh my god. And she's an incredible singer, an incredible actress, and she's going to be missed a lot, and she has been in the show for so long, and I know that a lot of people kind of regard her as the best Elphaba London's ever had. I don't personally agree with that, because, as I said before, Nikki Davis-Jones is my favourite Elphaba, but that doesn't really matter anyway. Rachel has been a great part of Wicked for so long, and, it was sad to see her go, and she did an amazingly emotional speech at the end, which actually made me cry. Her speech made me cry in the end, just because it was very, very heartfelt and honest, and you could tell how much the character of Elphaba really meant to her. And it was just very emotional seeing everyone on stage, all the cast members for the past 3 years. Some of them had only joined a year ago, some of them had been there since 2010. It was just pretty emotional to see them all on stage, and I was just looking at Nikki Davis-Jones and thinking, I'm not going to see you on this stage again ever, and that's just really sad. And as I said, Rachel's speech was great, and everybody leaving got mentions from Michael McCabe, the producer, who was on stage, and said everyone's names and stuff. I have to be honest, I kind of wish they'd said a bit more about Nikki Davis-Jones and Chloe Taylor, the 2 standbys. Not just because Nikki's my favourite Elphaba, but just because I feel like both of them have been such an amazingly big part of the show over the past, however many years. And they've done so much for the Wicked as well, because they both kind of cover Elphaba and Glinda, which are the 2 main parts in the show. And I think they deserved a bit more recognition than they got. I mean, they didn't even get to come to the front of the stage, which was really sad. I couldn't even see Chloe properly. So yeah, I was a bit annoyed about that, but they still got a small speech from Michael McKay, which was nice. Anyway, enough about Wicked. The new cast started tonight, Monday, and so far I've heard great things about them. Louise Dearman as Elphaba. I'm not planning on seeing her until like next year sometime, but I'm glad that they're doing well and I wish them all the best of luck. Next thing I want to talk about is a theatre that has recently opened in Victoria. It's called the St James Theatre, and it opened I think in mid or late September, and it's a fringe theatre. It's quite small, but it's always good when new theatres open, and so far it's had its first production, which I actually got to go and see. It was called Bully Boy, and it was a play, and I got to go and see it for free, which was really nice. The theatre's beautiful, it's very modern, the seats are very comfortable. The play was really good, it was a great production. But one thing that people have been complaining about is the prices for the tickets for these shows. Seeing as St James's Theatre is considered a fringe show, which means off West End basically, like off Broadway, and is, quite small, you don't want to really be paying like too much to go and see them. That's not what fringe theatres do. But St James's Theatre is charging up to like £40 for some of the seats for some of the productions, and I think that's a bit crazy because it's not a West End theatre, it's not a West End venue, and most other fringe theatres, you can get tickets for like £10 for best available seats, whereas with this, if you want to have a good view, you have to pay £30 or £40. I think that's insane. So I think that's perhaps a bit ambitious of them to charge that high. I think they've already realised that it was a mistake because they've been having to do a lot of discounts and stuff and give away cheap and free tickets, which is how I got to go and see the production. So hopefully they'll realise that and kind of bring the prices down. But overall, I'm just really happy that there's a new theatre in Victoria. Wicked and Billy Elliot, the Apollo Victoria, and Victoria Palace Theatre now have a new theatre neighbour in the form of St James's Theatre, which is great. Also, Children in Need is approaching, and for those of you outside the UK, Children in Need is basically this annual event where people try to raise money for Children in Need, the charity. It's a charity for children, obviously, children who are in need and need money for various different reasons. And I think it's great, and this year there was this thing called Pop Goes the Musical, where basically some well-known celebrities got to perform in different musicals for the event, and for that one night only, all the money from the tickets went to Children in Need, which I thought was really nice. Quite a few celebrities participated in this, and I went to 3 of them. First one was Alexander Burke, who did Les Mis back in September. Les Mis is not one of my favourite musicals, but I still love it, and I'm quite a big fan of Alexander Burke. I think she's brilliant. I've been supporting her since before she even won the X Factor. So obviously I went along, and at the end of the show, she came on stage dressed as Eponine, and she sang On My Own, which was absolutely amazing. I genuinely think she's a very underrated singer. People who don't like her, people who just dismiss her because she's just an X Factor reality TV winner, really should go and see her live because she's got an amazing voice, very powerful voice, and her version of On My Own was just beautiful. It gave me goosebumps and it was just amazing. The boy band Blue did Jersey Boys, and I can't remember what they sang, but it wasn't very exciting, to be honest. I was expecting a bit more from them, but it was still good. It was still a good night, and I spoke to Lee from Blue afterwards, and he said he was really, really nervous and he was really happy that he pulled it off, and when I told him it was great, he was really happy about that, so that was good. And just this past week, I went to see Geri Halliwell in Singing in the Rain, which happens to be one of my favourite shows. Geri Halliwell, if you don't know, used to be in Spice Girls, arguably the biggest girl band of all time. And I'm not a massive fan of Geri or the Spice Girls, and I never have been really. When I was younger, I was always more of an S Club 7 girl. But I still liked some of their songs, and I was very intrigued to see, what she was going to perform and stuff, and obviously because I love Singing in the Rain, I went along, and I was very, very disappointed. Basically, she came on stage after the show with Adam Cooper, who plays Don Lockwood, and just danced a little bit and sang one line from the title song Singing in the Rain, and just splashed people, and literally that's all she did. I was expecting her to at least sing a bit more or do some proper dancing. No, all she did was just be on stage with Adam and just have fun on stage, and I don't know, it was very disappointing. She wasn't bad or anything. I mean, she did well and stuff, but I was expecting a lot more from her. I mean, considering Alexander Burke did the whole song of On My Own, and she did an amazing job of that as well, Geri just came on stage with Adam and sang one line and just walked on stage and splashed the audience. That's all she did really. So yeah, that was that. The last thing I want to talk about is Once the Musical. It was recently announced that Once the Musical is going to be opening in London next year sometime, and I'm very, very excited about that. I haven't seen Once the Musical, I don't really know much about it, but all I know is that it's set in Ireland, and I've seen like a trailer of it from the Broadway version, and I love it. I think the music's good, I think it just looks very interesting, very different, and I'm really excited to see it next year, so that's definitely going to be on my list of things to see as soon as possible when it opens. That's all for this month. If there's anything that's been happening that I forgot to mention or I didn't pay much attention to and you want to talk to me about, then leave comments or video responses or anything you want, or just tweet me and I'll be happy to talk to you about it, because I love speaking about theatre, because that's just what I do. I'm going to put this hat on for my goodbye. And yeah, bye, see you later.